My father was Australian. Sadly to say, I'm afraid he passed away very recently, so commiserations for that. But he was an Aussie, so are you in the right side?
I'm kind of yeah, I don't know. I mean, kind of half and half. Cafe con leche, I guess. Hey, but I'm calling bullshit because this says Troy Corser and McWilliams. I can't do this shit on my own. You gotta get Troy up here at least.
Yeah,
you'll be helped. Come on, Troy. Get up here. Okay, I need some company. We gotta bounce this shit off each other, you know?
Okay. We've now got the second of the two-time World Superbike champions, champion juniors. I'm feeling outnumbered.
I was getting kind of nervous up here by myself. I need a little bit of company.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at two-time World Superbike champions. Colin, who won it for Honda in 2000 and 2002, and Troy.
They're watching you. Don't get those bottles mixed up, right?
And Troy, who won it for Ducati in 1996 and for Suzuki in 2005, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right there.
So, two very distinct kinds of motorcycles. But Colin, you started out with Honda riding the RC45.
No, I didn't.
Started out with Yamaha. No, I'm talking about your Honda career. Your career as a Honda rider.
It's a very short career.
Well, not really. You raced for them for 4 years, 5 years, won the championship.
5 years,
twice.
yeah. I really I was in love with the Yamaha, obviously. Motocross days, Yamaha, but I had to get on a Honda to win a world championship. Sorry, and then back to Yamaha.
Okay, but while you were there, you rode two distinct kind of Hondas, a V4 and a V-twin, which essentially they developed for you. Was the twin a really, it must have been a very different bike to ride. You had to adjust your riding style a lot, huh?
He's probably better at the V-twin. It was a piece of cake. It was awesome. It was very friendly. The V4 tried to kill you every corner, which I've seen a bunch of RC45s and RC30s or something around here today. When they got 185 horsepower, they're not that friendly. The V-twin was good.
Okay. You won the championship in 2002, the second time around, coming from behind. I seem to remember that you were something like 57, 58 points
Might have been
behind.
63, I think.
63 points behind.
Somewhere,
Middle of the
like that.
season.
Don't be trying to rip me off. Come on now.
Racing against a man called Troy Bayliss, the other Troy, who had taken your championship away from you in 2001. How did that feel? Was it payback time?
It burned like gonorrhea. And obviously Fogarty got hurt, you know, and Bayliss kind of stepped in mid-season 2000, and we all knew Bayliss was fast already, and he came in and kicked all of our ass in 01, and in 01 they built a new bike, and it's a story y'all don't know, but Honda kind of purchased a Ducati on the side and did the jig and tested the flexibility, because I kept telling him, I said, I'm watching Troy and he's getting traction. Bayliss, sorry David. I'm watching Bayliss, I said, he's got traction and my shit's just going sideways. And they kind of built, basically had 40% less stiffness in the SB2, and that might work good.
Okay, but then to win the championship, you had to really come from behind in 2002. 58, 63 points, whatever it was. That's a huge number of points, but you won 11 straight races.
No, you're wrong, yeah.
To turn it around.
Your shit, dude, your facts, your shit ain't right. What's going on? It was 9 races in a row. I already won 2, and then I won the last 9 races. But it was basically the first race Bayliss won at Laguna, and then it was kind of in the press conference, winner or Bennett. I have to win everything from here on out. Put a lot of pressure on him. He made a mistake at Assen, and yeah, he ended up.
However, you had to win the final race at Imola. No, you didn't have to win it. You had to finish at least second in the final race in Imola, which was probably the best superbike race ever. Anybody here saw that on TV? Woo! Was it the best superbike race ever?
It was a pretty good race.
So, Ruben Schaus and Troy Bayless's teammate.
Yeah, well, Troy, he was
teaming
jacking
up
with
on you.
me. We were doing like 50s when I was behind him, and then Ruben caught us, and I thought, oh shit, you know, factory Ducati rider, here he comes. If he gets in front of me, then I'm screwed. So, with a few laps to go, I said, I just win. Just go ahead and win and park myself on the inside. If I crash, I'll take him out as well. And it kind of all worked out.
And you didn't have to win the race.
No, but I kind of made my mind up, like I said, a few laps ago, that I'll just go ahead and win this son of a bitch and make it, you know, no controversy.
Okay. And that was bye-bye to Superbike. That was your grand finale for Superbike racing. Went off to MotoGP.
And it was the last race I won.
Ever?
Yeah, no, honestly, that's the last race I won. 2002. That's freaking 16 years ago. Except at boot camp. Boot camp I kick ass, but I mean, boot camp's a different story.
What about the 8-hour race?
That was 2002 in July before that. So, JD over here laughing my head.
Okay, but then you went. Well, okay. Was the V-twin Honda the best Superbike you raced?
The best bike I think I've ever ridden in my life. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, and it had no traction control. It was a super friendly bike. And obviously the SP2 I built, kind of, you know, through comments and kind of swaying the Japanese one way, and it was everything I wanted. And it was a really good bike. You were there that year. It was a good bike, wasn't it?
It was pretty good, that's for sure. Older quite a bit.
So the two of you raced against each other from 95 onwards, because Troy, you...
No, you got your bikes all wrong again?
Forget the AMA, the American Championship. I raced Colin Edwards.
94 you came over, yeah. So 94 on.
Okay. And you started out with the Ducati,
Correct.
and he was on a Yamaha.
Yamaha.
So awesome in the Yamaha. What was the Yamaha like?
It was, oh shit.
Pass on.
It was trying to kill you.
Yeah.
That thing, it wasn't that much fun. It was kind of like today on the bike I was on. It's kind of very similar. Sorry, Carrie, I'm just, no disrespect. No disrespect. Just clunky, and it was what it was, but that's what we had at the time.
Okay, so Troy had the twin and you had the four. Later on it turned around. When you started racing against each other, Troy had just come out of Australian Superbike. He won the championship, is that right, on the Honda?
Yeah, you were here that year.
Yes, I was. And you're racing a Honda today for the first time since then?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually went and done a F1 race in Japan on the RBF after I'd raced here in the Australian Championship. But you're right, the Honda's the first time I've been back on the Honda.
Sometime. Thank you, Rex Ormond, for riding the bike.
T-Rex.
So you went from that to Ducati and to V-twin Honda, and then you went from the best bike to the worst bike, Colin. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. You talking about the Cube?
The Aprilia RS3 Q.
Yeah. And I had a 2-year contract on that thing. And right at the last minute, I said, hey, if I don't finish in the top 10, I get to opt out. And they were like, yeah, okay. And I finished 12th. It set me on fire. It high-sided me. It tried to kill me. And I told them I'd come into the motorhome every session. I'm like, fucking bike's gonna kill me one day, you know? And she throwing helmets and shit. And she's like, well, can you get off of it? And then that's when Grassini kind of came to me, and I was like, I'm getting off this son of a bitch. I just can't do it. It was really good. It's probably actually was my best contract I've ever had as far as money-wise. I could have done it another year, but I might have been dead, so I got off of it.
Wise move. So that was your introduction to MotoGP racing. Were you set to come back to Superbikes?
After that year, I would have done anything other than that. Yeah, but luckily Grassini came along and got on the Honda and had a good support, you know, ride, and it was a good year.
And then Yamaha came calling.
It wasn't really Yamaha, it was kind of Valentino. I mean, me and Valentino had won the 8-hour, and I think Checo was out, and Valentino had requested me, because we were buddies, you know, to be a teammate, and Lynn Jarvis signed my contract in 1995 when I went over, so had a long rapport with Yamaha, And he said, you know what? We don't really expect you to win. We just want harmony. We want a good team. We want y'all to get along, and you don't have to win. We want Valentino to win. I knew the story, and it worked out really good.
In fact, you've always been such a good tyre tester. Presumably, was another.
Yeah, tire and parts, and honestly, me and Valentino's bike were identical. As far as setting-wise, we go to a track, and they were within a millimeter or two everywhere, except he would just go half degree in on the front fork, and everything else the same.
So you raced with Yamaha for many years, and why did it end up, why did you fall out of bed with them?
I got fucking old, man. I mean,
That's harmony too, but
it happened. I just got old and slow and shit, and they got new kids in.
But you didn't want to give up GP racing.
No, but that CRT thing, and I kind of got conned into doing this and doing that, and the money was okay, and it was worth it, and wasn't really ready to hang up the boots, and had a couple more years in it.
Well, quite a few more couple of years. 2014.
Yeah, we did 12, 13, 14, and then 14 was obviously kind of factory engines and bike, or it was 2-year-old shit that we were getting, but it worked out.
And then you retired.
Yeah.
Why?
Old man, yeah, old man in the club, you know? I mean, when you're sitting in a club and you got a bunch of 18-year-olds and you're 40, get the fuck out.
And now you're classic racing. So what does that say?
Oh, God. I'm so freaking nose blind of oil smell. You know, normally you smell oil, you check up, it's like, oh shit, somebody blew a motor. Now it's like, ah, fuck it, just keep going. And the whole weekend I'm like, I smell oil everywhere. Doesn't matter where I go, I smell oil. I was like, I don't see any flags waving, so keep her pinned.
You'll have noticed that one of the great things about classic racing. You'll notice that one of the great things about classic racing is the camaraderie, and that's something that existed in superbike racing back in your day and Troy's. It doesn't happen so much in MotoGP anymore. Is that a pity?
You know, we could sit here for an hour and talk about the camaraderie we had in World Superbike, barbecues, everybody put their motorhomes in a little teepee like Indian, and we'd have a barbecue in the middle.
Village going, wasn't it?
Exactly. And it was
Always party at Corsers and Edwards.
yeah, it was fun. And
With Corona beer.
Yeah, it was a lot of Corona.
might have been the Corona tent actually. But yeah, I mean, Grand Prix is just different. You have Moto 3 and Moto 2, and you have a bunch of really fast kids and a lot of parents and a lot of. It's just different.
But they're not allowed in the MotoGP paddock, are they?
Say again?
Moto 2 and Moto 3 aren't allowed in the MotoGP
Yeah,
paddock.
not now. But back then, when I started, you had a bunch of little motorhomes and all that shit. But it, unfortunately, it's kind of gone. It's just a little stuffy, you know. And World Superbike was great. And honestly, all you guys are freaking awesome, because the whole paddock today, y'all are so polite. Everybody's so nice. Pictures and all that stuff. Just want to thank y'all for being out. It's awesome. Without y'all, this doesn't exist.
And I think on that I'd like to say, Colin, thank you for coming, because honestly, without you, we wouldn't have such a fantastic spectacle to watch on oil or off oil. And we particularly want to thank you for coming up on the stage today, but just hold on.
I'm going to stay here while you interview him.
That's the idea.
Yeah, don't leave me up here.
I'm not leaving you alone. I got you. I'm your wingman, baby.
Well, you're two debutants, both of you. Neither of you.
Not again.
Neither of you has ever raced in a classic race before this weekend. So, Troy, what you've done Goodwood, obviously, which is a different kind of motorcycle, but you've never done Period 5 classics or vintage superbikes. How does it feel out there today?
Yeah, like you said, the Goodwood event, I'm riding a 1937 BMW, so it's a lot older than what these bikes out here. It's an original 37 as well. I actually bashed past with Jeremy McWilliams there a fair bit when I get close to him. He's pretty quick on those things too. But no, to ride the bike today, I never actually even touched the throttle or heard the engine run until yesterday.
Okay, so that says a lot that you've been going as quick as you have.
I'm not going that quick.
Quick enough, but always could always go a little bit faster. You did a couple of races for BMW at Goodwood. Well, you've done 4 or 5, I think. But you were also racing for them, and then the racing contract led into a brand representation deal. Are you still working with BMW now?
No, I think they got sick of me.
Okay.
I tried to help them with the development of the Superbike, and I tried to test the bike and give them some direction. Unfortunately, some of the engineers didn't agree with the way I wanted to go with the bike and thought they knew better. So they went their own way. So if they weren't going to listen to me, I was like, you know what, get fucked.
I worked with the Germans in 2013. I totally get where he's coming from.
Okay, but before that, you'd won your 2 World Superbike Championships on 2 completely different kinds of bikes, a Desmo V-twin and an inline 4. That means you're pretty adaptable. Was it hard getting the Suzuki to behave like the Ducati did?
In all honesty, when I jumped on the Ducati, it was a World Championship bike already. They'd already won championships quite a few times with different riders, and to jump on the bike, I just had to gel with the team, learn the track,